Jennifer Reyna for weather and traffic. Jen, we're going to start with you. How are the roads looking?
You know, are trying to get back in. Vantage point here with the roundabout. This is close into Maine toward Herman Park. We still see a lot that is frozen across the area, so you could easily see some slick spots on the roadways. That's why I say wait till the sun comes up. Let the sun heat these, especially surface streets, and then I think you'll see some big improvements after lunchtime today. Oh, current temperature 19. Wow, temperature-wise, we are noticed colder than yesterday. Actual air temperature and the wind chill. That's why we're under that cold warning here this morning, cold weather warning, because temperatures are in the teens and low 20s. 17 in Conroe, 19 in Sugar Land. Hobby Airport coming in at 19. Now the winds started picking up just a little bit, so our wind chill is dropping, and this is what makes it dangerous. Feeling down to 11 at Hobby Airport right now, guys. That is the lowest that I have seen so far this morning. That 11 degrees at Hobby Airport, 16 in Mont Bellevue. Temperature-wise, though, by lunchtime we're pushing into 40, and then by the afternoon, sunny skies, mid-40s to be expected, and we're going to only warm from there. The last bit that I'll leave you with, I am expecting another hard freeze tonight into early tomorrow morning. So again, anything liquid on the ground will refreeze, but guys, big improvements expected throughout the day. I'll send it back to you.
The warming centers open through tomorrow. How are things looking until then?
You know, it is up for another hard freeze overnight tonight. In fact, right now, 16 in Fulshire, 19 in Sugar Land. Now we're starting to see these teens start to pop up a little bit more area wide. 17 in Conroe, 19 right now at Hobby Airport, and winds are starting to pick up a little bit more. You can see that in the wind chill. So feeling more like 18 in Sugar Land. Take a look at Hobby Airport though. Feeling like 11 degrees this morning. That is dangerous. So warming centers available today. Even another hard freeze is expected overnight into early tomorrow morning. A lot of you have been asking about our snowfall reports from yesterday. I'm going to step off screen. Inches of snow. Are you kidding? Wow. Nassau Bay picked up over 4 snow yesterday. The Woodlands just shy of 2.5. Now both airports, you know, it varied. So Hobby Airport picked up 3 inches. That made it the 3rd snowiest day on record from Hobby Airport. We keep our records from the airport site, so we have consistency over years and over a long period of time. IAH with 1.2. It doesn't rank in the top 3, but we know what a day it was yesterday and how snowy it was. Temperatures this afternoon are into the mid 40s under sunny skies. That's going to be feeling nice. But Jen, this is the thing. I'm expecting big improvements, especially after about 10 or 11 o'clock this morning when we're above freezing. But overnight, anything that is left liquid overnight, again, look at that hard freeze coming in for Thursday morning down into the 20s. But again, I do think big improvements throughout the day today.
Okay, some good news to pass along. Yeah, so how much longer will those animals and people as well enjoy the snow, Cheetah?
I think today is okay. They're going to wake up now in shade. You know, if some of that snow stuck around, or probably more like slush, yeah, they'll probably enjoy it at least for the morning hours. And then I think after about lunchtime today, that's about it. Beautiful shot this morning over the roundabout near Maine. This vantage point is from Hotel Zaza. 19, feeling like 11. It is cold. Temperature-wise, I'm going to keep you these live images and temperatures all around. So Galveston below freezing, but you know, yesterday all the beaches there were completely covered in snow. Now it's more like a slush. You can see Seawall Boulevard, some of those slick spots you can see off that vantage point, and that's exactly what you're going to run into this morning. You know, some areas are going to be fine to drive, and then while others, yeah, you can still see ice all across the area. You're going to hit a slick spot. You just don't exactly know where that's going to pop up. A live look over the Galleria, very different view. Yesterday, all the streets were snow covered. So while a lot of this did melt yesterday, it's areas that didn't completely melt, or maybe some of that slush refroze overnight, and those are the dangerous spots. You just don't know. Wait till the sun comes up. I would get past 9 or 10 o'clock this morning, and then we'll have a better scope of, you know, how the city's doing. 18 right now in Sugar Land, 19 at Hobby Airport, 17 in Conroe. Actual air temperatures are cold, and then dangerously cold when you factor in the wind. Feeling like 11 at Hobby Airport, feeling like 17 in Cleveland, 14 there in College Station. Throughout the day, what you can accept, we are dry today. Sunny skies will lead our temperatures near 40 by noon, mid 40s for the afternoon. That's what's going to allow big improvements. So dry on the radar. We're not talking about anything new. The only thing that would freeze, of course, is any moisture left over from yesterday. Where all the rain and snow is, well, it's draped across the East Coast. look at the amount of winter weather advisories, alerts, warnings that are in place all across the southeast. You have one more hard freeze to get through tonight into early tomorrow morning. Think more area-wide 20s, freezing point. And then we're back into the 50s and 60s next week. Jen, there's something that we can all handle.
Yeah. Good morning, Houston. Happy Wednesday to all of you. Still a chilly one. I'm Stephanie Simmons, joined by Ron Trevino, Jennifer Reyna, and Chita Craft.
Yeah, so Chita, it was a late white Christmas for us here in Houston.
I know.
So
1 month late.
So how long's that feeling going to last? Because the snow is turning to slush now.
It is. So now is probably the dangerous aspect. Actual air temperatures in the teens and the 20s. Just think anything that was either slush, liquid snow yesterday did refreeze overnight, and you just don't know where those icy patches are. Now, the current wind chill is what makes it dangerous right now. Feels like down to 11 at Hobby Airport, feeling like 17 in Conroe, 17 in Cleveland, 14 College Station, IH coming in right around 20. This afternoon, I'm expecting on your hour-by-hour planner us to climb just above freezing. Notice by about 10, 11, 40 with mid-40s under sunny skies later today. So many of you have been asking about the official snowfall reports. Baytown, wow, hello 5 and Alena Park over 3 inches, both airports. This is where we take our records. So 10 years from now, we can go back to the record books and look. Okay, Jen, Hobby Airport with 3 as down as the 3rd snowiest day on record.
Wow.
IH picked up 1.2, so didn't even break the top 3, but what a fun day yesterday was.
I mean, I hope everybody had a great time. What
Area-wide are in the teens. Some of our feels like Hobby Airport is down to 11, like right now, Southeast Houston. So the reason we're so cold, we had clear skies overnight. Our radar right now is a very different story compared to yesterday. Clear skies overnight, radiational cooling, and thanks to some of the snow, the ice, the slush that's on the ground, that added into those temperatures dropping so quickly. That's why we're so cold this morning. Where is the rain and snow right now? Draped along the eastern seaboard. That moves east throughout the day today, but the amount of winter weather advisories, watches, and warnings that are in effect across the southeast impacting millions and millions of people. Today, though, is a big turnaround. By lunchtime today, notice we're pushing close to 40, above freezing for everyone. We're going to see some big improvements across the roadways. The reason this morning you're hearing our local city officials tell you to stay put at least through sunrise this morning, let those surface streets really heat up because we're down actually air temperatures in the teens and the 20s. I mean, Jen, 18 in Sugar Land, 17 in Conroe, actual air temps. You know, anything that was liquid or slush from yesterday, it refroze overnight, and that's the big concern early this morning.
Sure is. That's why we went
40s. Take a look. Thursday, Friday, back into the 50s, and then hello 60s. Boy, that's going to be nice, right? This weekend, even through next week. But we do have to get through a very cold start today. In fact, dangerously cold right now. Temperature-wise, current actual air temperature 20 degrees, 19 in Austin, 25 in Dallas. So across the state of Texas, we're all either in the teens or the 20s across the board. I am expecting by about 10 to 11 o'clock, that's when temperatures here locally will start to climb above freezing. Live look at the radar. We are all dry, a very different picture than it was yesterday. That winter storm is draped across the East Coast and now continuing to push offshore. Still, we have millions of people under these winter weather alerts, including watches, warnings, and advisories there. Here locally, yeah, our camera views look very different from yesterday, but we do still have plenty of areas where some of the slush or snow that was there yesterday refroze overnight. So we're still talking about a thin layer there. And you can see on the roadways, that's easily where you could run into some patchy ice. You just don't exactly know where that is. Not only, I think, freeways, but even on the surface streets. This is Seawall Boulevard, and you can see some of the shine there from this vantage point. That's where you could run into some patchy ice. Temperatures were well below the freezing point overnight, so anything that was liquid or slush did refreeze overnight. Now, we started with calm winds. Winds are slowly picking up just a little bit. They're still mostly calm, but 6 miles per hour at Hobby, 8 there in Galveston. That's what's adding the wind chill. That's why at Hobby Airport, even though it's pretty calm, less than 10 miles per hour, it's feeling down to 11. That is dangerously cold. So, if you have to get up, walk the dog early this morning, try to limit any exposed skin. It feels like 11 degrees at Hobby Airport. It's feeling like 21 in Galveston, 17 in Conroe, 14 there in College Station. Temperatures do warm up today. We have an abundance of sun rounding the corner into the mid-40s under sunny skies later this afternoon. So not bad. You know, once you get to about 2, 3 o'clock this afternoon, it's going to feel a lot more comfortable. Prepare for another hard freeze overnight tonight and into your Thursday morning, but it will be brief. I think by 10 and 11, you're already into the mid-40s tomorrow. You're back into the low 50s tomorrow afternoon under sunny skies. We're under sunny skies, really. We get into a mild pattern, a stretch of 6 below freezing temperatures. Frigid conditions will start to warm up, especially after tomorrow. You still have to use extreme caution. You know, Jen, I don't know about you, but I was pleasantly surprised, excited to see a lot of people heeded the warnings and the advice from our local officials yesterday, because it could have been a lot worse. I know we had plenty of accidents,
right.
You know, people were out and about, but it could have been a lot worse yesterday.
Yeah, I mean,
right. You know, I would say once 10 o'clock, we round the corner to above freezing. So I think after lunchtime today, we'll really have a better assessment across the city, you know, who can kind of get back to their normal flow. Temperatures this morning, teens and 20s. So 16 right now in Fulshire, actual air temperatures. NRG Park, 22. Hobby Airport now at 20. 16 in Conroe. Factor in the wind, it's feeling like 18 in Sugar Land, 18 in Tomball. You know, winds are mostly calm across the board, but it's just enough to add a little bit of a wind chill out there. By the afternoon, mid-40s. Now, still that slush or anything frozen, it's going to take some time to start to warm, evaporate, and, you know, be completely safe on the roadway. So again, I would say at least wait till the sun comes up. We can get a better assessment of what this yesterday. Richmond to West U, about 4 inches. Guys, at both airports, Hobby Airport with 3 inches. That puts us at the 3rd snowiest day on record. IH, though, at 1.2, doesn't touch the top 3. I'll send it over.
Dispersed today.
Oh, I know.
All
That's
right,
true.
okay. It's a 6:09 Cheetah. It's colder this morning.
It is colder than 10 degrees, so we're starting off in the teens and 20s. I'm showing the current wind chill because this is what your body's going to feel when it heads outside. I'm going to show you first kind of the good news. We were down to feels like, or wind chills at 11 at Hobby Airport. Right now, 6:10, they're at 20, and that matches the actual air temperature. So that means winds are a little bit calmer. 18 in Sugar Land, 23 in Huntsville, 14 is the wind chill there in College Station. What I'm expecting throughout the day, yeah, we round the corner above freezing between about 9:30 to 10 a.m. Notice 33. By 11, though, we're up to 36. By lunchtime, we're pushing 40. That's going to leave some time with an abundance of sunshine. We're under clear skies. We're not expecting any precip today through Friday. That we're going to see a lot of that ice or slush evaporate by the afternoon, and that'll really help us out overnight tonight because we're preparing for another hard freeze. But Jen, I think we're going to see big improvements once we get into the afternoon hours. I'll send it over to you.
Good news for driving.
Welcome back, all my allergy sufferers. I have some good news for you. Low levels with your ragweed, mold spores, and tree pollen. This is the thing. We have a hard freeze right now. I'll talk more about these bitter cold temperatures coming up in just a little bit.
Oh, yeah. And Cheetah, when will it be warm enough today to melt away some of this ice?
You know, about 10 to 11 o'clock this morning, but it's going to take several hours. I mean, even this live shot over the turnabout here that goes into Main Street, you know, the zoo would be right up here into Herman Park. Look at all of the ice sleet that refroze. And this is, of course, over the grassy areas, but on the street, you can still see some slick spots, especially where it's shaded by the trees. You just don't know where you could hit some of the ice. So just like Jen was explaining, that black ice, you know, it can be really dangerous because you can't tell where it is. So this morning, I say wait till the sun comes up. You know, if you can get past about 10 o'clock this morning, even give it a couple of hours. I think after lunchtime today, we'll have a better assessment across the city of how we're doing and how everything is looking across the roads. 20 degrees. Hey, update for you. Feeling like 20 because our winds calmed down. Yay. So not as bad of a wind. So it's going to feel a lot more comfortable. I mean, sunny skies and temperatures in the 40s. Live look all across Southeast Texas. Galveston, really slick out there across Seawall Boulevard, but it's not the snow-covered beaches like yesterday. Take a look at all of the ice. Cars are driving. Okay, this is 45, but notice they're going slow. They're leaving lots of distance. If you don't have to get out in it, city officials are still saying, hey, please, please, please stay at home. Clear skies across the state. The moisture is really along the East Coast, so we don't have to worry about any more moisture, but we are under this extreme cold warning. I'll have a look at your 7-day coming up in just a little bit.
Cheetah, I'll see you soon.
Okay.
Top of the morning, everybody. Hope you're staying warm on this hard freeze morning.
Another cold one. Chita Craft, when are we going to see it look more like Houston?
Yeah, I think this afternoon, actual air temperatures 16 right now in Conroe, 18 in Tomball, 18 right now in Sugar Land. If you're waking up in Sugar Land and you have to take the dog out, you dress and really warm layers because it is cold. Now, most of our winds are calm, so it's limiting the wind chill, which is really nice to see. So overall temperatures feeling like what they're showing, with the exception, notice College Station feeling like 13. Lunchtime this morning, we could be just above the freezing point. Give that several hours, and then through the afternoon, big improvements expected today. Temperatures are expected to climb into the mid-40s under sunny skies. A lot of you have been asking about snow accumulation. This is also posted at khou.com, Jen, and I'll make sure it's all of our social platforms as well. Bottom line, Hobby Airport picked up 3 inches of snow. That makes us the 3rd snowiest day on record in Houston.
Wow, what a treat for
41. Let's get back to Cheetah. Still in hard freeze mode, right?
Oh, very much. Morning through 9 o'clock this morning. Temperature-wise, we're in the teens and the 20s. Now, notice clock, we see 33 degrees. By 11 a.m., you see 36. We round the corner, pushing toward 40 at lunchtime today. What's going to happen? Take effect. So I do think we're going to see big improvements across the city. Keep in mind, we've been talking a lot about our surface streets. They overnight lose heating at about an even pace, but any bridges, especially over any water, remember radiational cooling overnight with clear skies takes effect, and all of this cooling happens from water, but see, that's underneath the bridge. Jen, what I think is interesting, I heard that you're tracking some black ice right now, but not even over a bridge or an overpass.
41. Let's get back to Cheetah. Still in hard freeze mode, right?
Oh, very much. Morning through 9 o'clock this morning. Temperature-wise, we're in the teens and the 20s. Now, notice we see 33 degrees. By 11 a.m., you see 36. We round the corner, pushing toward 40 at lunchtime today. What's going to happen over that will take effect? So I do think we're going to see big improvements across the city. Keep in mind, we've been talking a lot about our surface streets. They overnight lose heating at about an even pace, but any bridges, especially over any water, remember radiational cooling overnight with clear skies takes effect, and all of this cooling happens from water, but see, that's underneath the bridge. Jen, what I think is interesting, I heard that you're tracking some black ice right now, but not even over a bridge or an overpass.
Yeah, and on the way into work this morning, that light is on, and I have to have that looked at.
Mine as well.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
I just
both of
cover
you.
it with a piece
You
of paper.
explained why. Okay, so Cheetah, how long are we going to be dealing with this Arctic blast?
All right, we can get at least through 10 a.m. this morning. Notice 10 to 11, we round the corner just barely above, and then by lunchtime, it's going to take several hours, though, for a lot of this ice to melt. We'll talk more about the potential of another hard freeze tonight into early tomorrow morning after the break.
To the east, feeling it just
Oh,
like
yeah.
we are. So how's it looking right now, Cheetah, across the state of Texas?
But can you believe the first time ever they were under a blizzard warning yesterday? And wow, it really, truly was a blizzard there. Across the state, though, we're really fairly uniform. We're mainly in the 20s. You can see Austin sitting at 17, at IAH 20, 25 in Dallas, 26 in Amarillo. So most of the state in the 20s, most of the state, in fact, everybody under clear skies this morning. Lots of sunshine to be expected. Now, we still have active winter weather advisories, alerts draped across the southeast. Most of the snow and rain now pushing just offshore. We have this extreme cold warning in effect until 9 o'clock this morning. That's because temperatures are starting off in the 20s and the teens this morning. Dangerous. Compared to yesterday, we're about 9 to even 11 degrees colder. You know, even though yesterday we were talking snow, we don't have the precip today, but the actual air temperature is colder. Let's take a broader view. 17 in Columbus, 17 right now in Sugar Land, 16 in Conroe. So these are actual air temperatures. Both airports now showing 20 degrees. Wind chills aren't varying a whole lot from the actual air temp because the wind is mostly calm. That was nice turnaround. Overnight, let me prepare you for another hard freeze. We are looking at 20s, maybe low 30s closer into the coastline, but 20s across the board. So even though I'm expecting big improvements throughout the day, especially on the roadways, another hard freeze to be expected. Jen, I'm leaving you on a warmer note. Check this out. For the end of the month, heading into February, look at this. We're expecting just about average temperature, so we're heading back into the 60s. I'll send it over to you.
All right, Cook Off will be here.